They won't give you a warning before they betray you. They will smile, shake your hand, and wait until the perfect moment to strike. The second they sense weakness, they move in. This is the truth of the world. Perception is often deadlier than reality. You don't need to be broken for others to destroy you. All you have to do is look breakable. Machiavelli didn't survive by being the strongest man in the room. He survived because he mastered the art of looking untouchable. If you want power, this is where you must begin. Never let the wolves see you bleed. Even if you are falling apart inside, make them believe you are still ready to fight. People don't attack you because you are weak. They attack you because you look weak. Machiavelli never told you to simply watch out for enemies. He warned you about looking soft, about appearing easy to break. If you want to become untouchable, the very first thing you must do is kill the illusion of vulnerability. The world does not care how much pain you are in. It only cares about how you show up. You could be hurting badly, but if others can see that pain, they will take advantage of it. Machiavelli said, "Everyone sees what you appear to be. Few know what you really are." This is why perception is everything. You must master the image of strength, especially when you are broken inside. Never put your suffering on display. No crying on social media. No public breakdowns. No desperate explanations to people who don't deserve to know what you are going through. Learn to suffer in silence, because every time you show weakness, someone is watching and taking notes. The next step is to speak less and observe more. The more you talk, the more information you hand over to others. Information they can use against you later. If nobody knows what you are thinking, they can never predict your next move. This unpredictability is real power. Silence is not weakness, it is a weapon. Machiavelli believed that survival doesn't always belong to the strongest person, but to the person who cannot be easily read. You must also learn to strip emotions out of your decision-making. Emotional people are easy to trap. They overreact. They make impulsive choices. They apologize when they shouldn't, and they regret it later. That cannot be you. Your focus should shift from "how do I feel" to "what result does this action create?" Being a good person will not protect you. Being strategic will. Let go of the idea that everyone has to like you. The need for approval is how people are controlled. Machiavelli famously said, "It is better to be feared than loved." If you cannot be both, if you can't have both, choose respect. You want people to think twice before crossing you, not to crave your attention. When they fear disappointing you, they follow your lead. When they love you too much, they take advantage of you. Another key rule: cut off people who want too much access to you. Access is power. The more someone can reach you, the more they can study you. They learn your patterns, your moods, your weaknesses. Control access to yourself like a fortress controls its gates. Be approachable, but distant. Be present, but hard to pin down. Let them see your shadow more than your full face. Untouchable people are never overexposed. They become legends because they are rare. The illusion of vulnerability is an open invitation for attack. If others believe you can be hurt, they will try. But if you destroy that illusion, if you turn yourself into a mirror they cannot read, a storm they cannot predict, they will think twice before touching you. And that pause, that hesitation, is often all you need to win. Power is not about what is true. Power is about what people believe. Machiavelli knew that most people will never look deeper than what they see on the surface, so control the surface. If you are losing, look like you are calm. If you are unsure, act with confidence. If you are planning revenge, smile like a friend. Deception is an art, and it is not about hurting others. It is about refusing to let them hurt you first. In this world, perception builds status, not reality. You could be a strong person but be treated like a joke if you present a weak image. You could feel empty inside but be feared like a giant if your image is ruthless. People who are untouchable never beg others to understand them. They never cry out to be seen for who they really are. They build the version of themselves that cannot be questioned. They design a persona like a shield, one that reflects power and intimidation, not desperation. Your posture, your words, your body language, all of it must be intentional. There is no space for accidents. From this point forward, understand that every action you take is sending a message, so send messages with purpose. When you walk into a room, do it like your presence changes the energy. When you speak, let your words carry weight. And when you are silent, let that silence feel heavy, like a warning. You are not just another person anymore. You are a presence, and presence makes others pause before they act. Perception can be a leash or a weapon. If you control it, nobody can touch you. If you lose control of it, you become everyone's target. Build your image like a fortress. Hide your weaknesses behind quiet confidence. Hide your real plans behind calmness. Make every version of yourself that the world sees just threatening enough to keep them from challenging the real you. Loyalty is a nice word, but you have to realize it is often used as a chain to control you. Machiavelli understood that loyalty is rarely pure. It is usually based on self-interest. People are loyal to what serves them, not to you. The moment you stop being useful, their loyalty disappears. If you want to be untouchable, stop believing that loyalty is protection. It isn't. Power is protection. Stop building your safety on emotional bonds and start building it on leverage. Leverage is what keeps people in line. If someone respects you just because they like you, they will betray you the second they stop liking you. But if they respect you because they need you, or because they fear the price of betraying you, they will stay in line even if they secretly despise you. That's the truth nobody wants to say out loud. Power is what keeps people behaving. Don't be fooled by sweet words or long friendships. Many people are just waiting for the perfect time to take advantage of you. Stay 10 steps ahead. Keep control over what others need. Make yourself too valuable to lose, or too dangerous to cross. You must be the one holding the rope, not the one hanging from it, trusting others not to let go. Machiavelli didn't put his faith in loyalty. He put it in power dynamics. Keep people close, but never lose your upper hand. Give them enough so they depend on you, but never so much that you end up depending on them. If someone does you a favor, return it with strength, not with begging. Never crawl, never put yourself in a position where you owe too much. Always keep the ability to walk away. The person who can leave has the real control. Emotional attachment is the enemy of strategy. You can care about people, but never let that care make you blind. Stay sharp. The most dangerous ones are not always your obvious enemies. They are often the ones pretending to be allies, waiting for the moment you drop your guard. The untouchable do not collect friends, they build alliances. They know that even the closest bond can be broken by jealousy, fear, or ambition, so they are ready. They do not make promises they cannot break. They do not believe in forever. They believe in timing, leverage, and options, and that is what keeps them undefeated. Loyalty sounds beautiful, but if it's blind, it can be a trap. Let others promise you their loyalty. Let them say they would never turn on you. Smile, agree, and still prepare for the day they do, because that day will come, and when it does, you won't beg them to stay. You won't plead or fall apart. You'll already have someone ready to replace them. You'll already be ahead of the game. That is what makes you untouchable, not who stays loyal to you, but how strong your position remains, even when they don't. Hesitation is something the powerful cannot afford. Emotions are the tools your enemies hope you will use against yourself. Because the moment you start reacting emotionally, you stop thinking clearly. Machiavelli understood this centuries ago, long before psychology gave these things names. He didn't romanticize revenge, he planned it. He didn't let anger dictate his moves. He made moves based on necessity. That is how those who are untouchable rise above everyone else. They strike only when they know that strike will give them control. If you let anger lead you, you will miss, you will overreact, you will reveal too much, and you will make yourself vulnerable. But when you detach, when you become cold, careful, and calculating, every move becomes a step toward victory. The untouchable aren't emotionless. They are simply in control of their emotions. You must learn to take command over how you feel. Don't bury your emotions completely, but direct them like tools. Let anger prepare you instead of making you explode. Let betrayal teach you patience and strategy instead of making you cry or scream. Your enemy must never see how deeply they affected you. If they believe they shook you, they've already won half the battle. But if they attack you, and you even flinch, if you respond with calm precision, they will start to question their power over you. That doubt becomes your greatest weapon. You must become the type of person who can smile while quietly planning how to end a threat. Not because you enjoy being cruel, but because wasting mercy on people who try to harm you is weakness. When you finally strike, do it in a way that leaves no room for retaliation. Half measures only keep the conflict alive and give your enemies another chance to come back stronger. When it's time to act, you don't ask questions and you don't give warnings. You end the threat completely. Burn the bridge behind you. Remove the option for peace with those who wanted war. Your enemy should fear what you'll do next, not wait for your forgiveness. This does not mean you act with physical violence or reckless aggression. It means you take away their power completely. Psychological dominance, economic pressure, social isolation, destroying their reputation. You cut them off from every advantage they might use against you. Make it so they cannot rise again without crawling. This isn't cruelty, it's survival. In a world where weakness invites attack, the untouchable must be willing to play a different game. They don't play fair. They play to end the game entirely. If someone tries to sabotage you, break the tool they used against you. If they lie about you, crush them with a truth so loud, they can never speak over it again. If they try to take your opportunity, take everything they hoped to gain and make it worthless by succeeding beyond their reach. This isn't about revenge for the sake of revenge. This is about finality, about closing the door forever. Emotional people hesitate and question if they are being too harsh. The untouchable do not flinch. They know if an enemy is not dealt with completely, that enemy will return stronger. So they remove the option. Machiavelli once said that a ruler must know how to be both beast and man. The beast strikes without hesitation. The man decides where and when to strike. Together, this combination becomes unstoppable. This is who you must become. Calm, focused, precise, lethal when necessary. Never act in the heat of emotion. Wait, watch, plan, then move like a blade, clean and silent. Those who harm you will try to play victim when you respond. They will try to make you feel guilty for defending yourself. Don't take the bait. Guilt is a trap designed to weaken your position. Your first duty is to protect your power. If they wanted mercy, they shouldn't have started the fight. If they regret what they did, let them live with that regret. You don't exist to help their conscience. You exist to stay in control. Never explain why you act. Never broadcast your next move. Execute your plan quietly. The most powerful actions are the ones that happen with no warning and leave no evidence. When you act, act completely. Be precise. Show no drama, no rage, just results. Then walk away as if nothing happened. Let them sit in the silence of what you just did. That silence will echo louder than any speech. The untouchable don't search for approval. They don't justify themselves. They don't beg anyone to understand. They simply solve problems permanently and keep moving forward. That is what it means to be a strategist. Someone who plays for control, not for applause. You are not here to get attached to outcomes. You are not here to chase revenge to soothe your feelings. You are here to win and to protect your power. Every retaliation is just one more move in the larger game. And if that game ends with your enemies powerless, your influence stronger, and your mind clear, then you've won. And you did it without breaking down, without folding under pressure, without ever letting them know how close they came to threatening your position. They tried and failed, and you stayed standing because while they played with emotions, you played for keeps. To truly become untouchable, you must learn to disappear in plain sight. Power is safest when it is invisible. The most dangerous person in the room is rarely the one shouting or standing in the spotlight. It is the quiet one, the one observing, the one pulling strings without being seen. Machiavelli understood that if people can clearly see where power is, they immediately start plotting how to take it. But if you operate from the shadows, no one even knows who to attack. Attention is dangerous because it invites jealousy and sabotage. The more exposed you are, the easier it is for people to target you. The untouchable prefer to be the wind, not the storm. To be the hand behind the throne, not the face on the banner. True power is control without being seen. Let others fight for the spotlight. Let them burn themselves out under the pressure of being seen, while you quietly control the outcome from behind the scenes. This is how you remain undefeated, by being everywhere and nowhere at once. Influence without exposure is what makes you truly invincible. Learn to shape situations without being tied to them. Win battles without even being seen on the battlefield. Let others think they are in charge. Feed their ego. Make them believe they are leading while you guide the path they take. The more they believe they are free, the more they unknowingly serve your purpose. This isn't manipulation for fun. This is mastery. And mastery is what makes someone untouchable. Stop trying to prove yourself to everyone. Stop broadcasting your strength for the world to see. The most powerful strikes are the ones nobody expects. Your enemy can't block what they don't see coming. When you are invisible, you are unpredictable. When you are unpredictable, you are unstoppable. Silence becomes your weapon. Mystery becomes your protection. Control from the shadows builds trust, because you don't threaten anyone's ego by being loud. People will open up to you, rely on you, and never realize that every step they are taking was placed there by you. The moment too many eyes are on you, you become vulnerable. Your patterns become predictable. Your name becomes a target. Pull back. Detach from the need to be seen or praised. Your identity should become a mask. Your intentions should be hidden. The more you confuse your enemies, the more chaotic they become. They will start guessing, and guessing leads to mistakes. They will waste energy fighting ghosts, while you remain calm, calculating, and always in control. The untouchable Dante just win. They make others destroy themselves, trying to figure out how they are winning. You are not here to impress anyone. You are here to orchestrate everything. Let others fight for fame. Let them stand in the spotlight and draw fire. You stay quiet, building a foundation that no one can destroy. Be underestimated. Let people think they have you figured out. Let them think you are not a threat, until it is too late for them to react. That is how you dominate without lifting a finger. Machiavelli said it is better to be feared than loved, but the highest level of power is to be neither, yet control both.